classroom when I was called by my principal to her room. I wondered what I might have done that my presence was required. I looked at the classroom. It was noisy. Prepared to brave the firing, I entered her room. Without looking at me, she said, "Sit down." I sat down. She continued signing some papers. The waiting made me nervous and I was fidgety. By the way, I was the teacher, the art teacher, who was pulled out of that classroom by the principal. You see, my classes are always interactive, informal, and different. So one can expect some sort of cures. Anyhow, I waited to listen to her usual lecture. At last, she finished and closed her work. She looked at me and gave a huge smile. That made me more nervous. And she beamed at me and said, "The management wants you to learn Spanish. So can you learn so that you can teach the students in the next session?" I breathed easily. Sit. But then my heart did a somersault in happiness. I love learning, and learning a language, it is a surprise gift to me. Without even thinking whether I'll be able to do, I said a big yes. Dear Toastmasters, did I make a mistake by opting to learn something new, a mother of 2 teenagers? Was I old to learn something new? How old is old? Not older than that Kenyan woman about whom I read in newspaper. At the age of 90, she started her schooling. When she was asked, "Why do you want to study at this age?" she said, "I want to study to read Bible. And I want to inspire children to go to school." Wow, that was an amazing thought. Now, what did I gain learning Spanish? More than what I imagined. Learning language opens the door to another culture, another tradition, another friendship, another achievement. I loved learning Spanish. Español es una lengua muy bonita y se llama la lengua romántica. Spanish is a beautiful language and is called a romantic language. To me, art is an immense joy of creation. Language, an immense joy of communication. I enjoyed teaching Spanish as I did art. Learning is a lifelong process. It is a stress buster too. A neighbor of mine, a young software engineer, was lately quite tensed, quite stressed out. So one day I asked him, "What happened? Why are you so stressed?" He hesitated a moment and said, "I love my job, but I don't know, I feel very restless." I understood what he needed was a diversion so that he can keep enjoying his job. So I steered him to a goal, suggesting, "Why don't you learn something new? That might help you." Immediately his response was, "Oh no, not at this age." I looked at him and said, "A desire to learn has no age limit. Whatever is your age, you can always learn. And learning is not just academics. I know a woman who is in her mid-40s. She's learning swimming, and you're not as old as her. And nowadays, we have access to lots of information through internet. We have magic at our fingertips. One tap, the doors of Google open and provides a treasure of knowledge. Find out what you can do in your spare time and learn it. Maybe that will be the answer for your restlessness. Henry Ford said, anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Most of us stop learning after finishing their education, after securing a job and settling in life. But again, learning is not just academics. We can learn skills like dance, music, painting, cookery, or even physical activities like yoga, trekking, tennis, skydiving, scuba diving, or learn self-improvement. There are up to options. The great motivational speaker Bob Proctor said that the secret or the key to his success was he never stopped learning. Can you remember the day you gave your icebreaker speech? You cannot forget the jitters, the stage fright, the self-doubt, but that didn't stop you to go ahead and learn public speaking. And after every speak, you feel the great pleasure of achievement, and that is the power of learning. Learning makes you happy, healthy. Learning leads you to success in life. Learning keeps your brain young, ultimately yourself young. Learning can be fun. Like my daughter, she decided to learn tarot card reading, and every weekend is her practice session. Thrice she predicted that I'll be married soon. Learning can be fun. So it doesn't matter if you have lost the habit of learning. Do not fear learning. Love it, embrace it, and desire it. Desire the learning, embrace the knowledge, and love the achievement.